Welcome back, guys, to Final Fantasy XVI. Well, last episode, as things fall apart, we set out to aid our allies one by one. So after defeating the 10 of clubs, we headed to Dalamil to go down the rabbit hole and bring together two factions within the town to fight as one. We then defeated the Mageth brothers before arriving at Martha's Rest.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered. What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
They were too fast.
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
Stop that. You're alive.
More.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, the Akashic, you expect there to be like a flood of them, I guess.
I can't take much more of this.
They are our game's zombie analogy, after all. They're never massively fearsome in small amounts.
My brothers.
Or single.
Are they? Shh, don't try to talk.
But they are still very deadly zombies, don't get me wrong.
How do?
En masse is where the horror really kicks in.
Much obliged.
Okay, so where are we going then?
Keep your eyes open, damn you. Bloody hell. What did this to him? You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
Is it us lot, you mean? Which lot do you mean? Am I here or not? Oh, they've put up palisades and stuff. That's pretty good. Spikes. No, spike wall.
The barricades we've set up around the town won't hold the Akashic back for long. Might buy us a few moments to say our last farewells, though.
The worst form of defense in terms of against me.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
That's a lot of guys. Yeah, it definitely does a lot more damage than Will of the Wisps, does it? It's the next wave we're waiting for. No, spiders! Oh, worse, birds! Oh man, I didn't want to go for that guy. Let me just get rid of the ground guys so I can go for the air guys like we need to. You're not allowed up. A small amount of enemies. We can take him.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
Couldn't tell from the uniform, Clive.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
We just got literally a town under siege from zombies.
The lift can only carry a few at a time. If those Akashic get as far as the cliff, Wade's men will have nowhere to run.
It looked like the Guardians were going as quick as they could, but without any injured. They might make it to the cliff. Or they might not.
Well, they might just do a gav and grab on.
My brothers.
We'll have to see.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Actually, some are spiders and some are birds. They'll get offended if you lump them all in together. A Torgal here will get offended.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Even the Adamantoise is now.
Farewell.
Oh, I used the wrong ability. That's where it used to be on the menu, yeah. That wasn't my fiery base counter. Hello.
Too slow.
You can charge me up if you like. I would appreciate this. Do you think Mega Player dodges have better timings? Hello? Suddenly an Adamantoise. Oh, I can't hit in the back. I'm getting hit by abilities that I can't believe I'm getting hit by now. Might have went a bit early. Here you go. Have another go. You're about to break, so we're going to try to, like, go at you.
My lord.
Yeah, I'm a fool.
Titan!
You got me with that. Think that's enough? Oh, more came, but I've kind of finished him in the stagger. They were the half health guys.
Stay down!
They were the half health dudes. Whoops. Kind of skipped that a little bit.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookouts saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Phew. We have to zip around quite a few areas, don't we? A defense from every angle. I'm assuming it'd be quicker of us to shake the bridge.
Mad dogs. Sharp as razors, my blades are. But those Akashic bastards just shrug off every blow.
Must make them sharper. Got a special whetstone if you wish.
Thanks to the Akashic, all of the men are either on watch, readying for the next attack, or confined to their sickbeds. All while my bed remains as cold and as empty as those demons' hearts.
Worrying about... Is she worrying about the bottom line, or does she really enjoy her job? That's the question on that one.
Fiends try to climb the walls here, too.
And get me back out there.
Founder knows where they're gonna show their ugly faces next.
I should be able to get their health back with Limit Break. It's just I forget to keep using it. Oh, goblins! Oh, and flyers.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't
I think that
be ready.
worked. Wait, what the? I'm confused. Do you know what? I'm so confused, I'll use this. Ah, fit in the herd. the chocobo Scott got two. Not the chocobos. Dude, just straight up froze that one.
Too slow.
Torgo's nearly taking down one himself. Got it? I did.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we? Enough.
Well, that's two of their guys down. That's not the right one. Oh, you do actually melee them. No, it's not going to get up in time. Oh. What have you got now? Don't worry, we'll just like poise at each other. I don't know. And we go dodge. Okay. Farewell, Ariman. No doom from you this time.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Quest complete. The Akashics have been driven away. For now, a Guardian's Scarf displayed in Clive's chambers, a symbol of trust, loyalty, and undying friendship. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
I got a squire now. What's with that?
I will not let you down, Lord Rosfield. You or my uncle.
When you're not holding a sword there, it does make you look like you're just a bit pensive. I don't know.
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll
But-
have one of my men escort Oscar to Benamir once he's said his farewells.
But mostly for the ale.
Fate seemed bent on driving me from my inn. But if they want me out, they're gonna have to try harder.
If you could, I'd be in your debt.
I'm slightly interested in if the lady's luck is looking up.
Anything catch your eye? That all, is it?
Just treat her for a moment like a Trell's NPC, do you know what I mean? Is her life updating?
Whenever these sellswords are in their cups, they start swapping stories of the shields of Rosaria. Even had a few giving me the old Rosarian salute. I expect that's what they have in their heads when they charge into the fray without a thought for their own safety. Nor one for what became of their heroes.
This is a realist courtesan. Knows what's up. Northreach is next. We got an S rank as well. Do I go poke the beast? Or deal with the Northreach situation first? Ain't that a question? I mean, we could find out what level it is. But I don't know where it is. Like, I'm just trying to think. Like, we had... we had the arena that was really obvious before. I can't think where the arena would be for this one. To be totally honest with you. I mean, just trying to think. Round circular rooms. So a new missive has been delivered to Clive's chambers, believe it or not. We got a new reputation award. Renown, sorry. For our busy work.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
It's not true.
Is it, Clive? The world can't be ending, can it? We were struggling before the skies went dark, but now, can't imagine how we will bear it all.
We've lost so much already.
When will it be enough? We'll end, won't it, Clive? What, the world, or?
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
A pile lifted. Hugo's men are gone. Whoa, okay, this is a good one. And with them the fear in our hearts. Once more shall the markers echo with mirth and merriment, and it is you who we have to thank. 1,500 ability points. We got an equestrian roll next.
Here you are. All done?
Wow, it's definitely worth coming back to the hideout no matter what. Okay, so let's try you as a put it down passive damage when something is down. I will go with that. And we actually have enough now to get satellite leveled up some more. So I don't know what the upgrade did with the more satellites. Oh, we got 2 of them now, so that's basically double damage, surely. Double damage. Don't know what else to... Maybe I'll save up to power up Giga Flare more for the damage that it does. It's not a bad idea. We're into bulking now. Okay, there we go. Got 2 Titan... Well, we've got Titan mode. It's Bahamut's that's basically taking up the new slots for everything. In some regards, we should switch them over, but it just makes sense to have the counters on the same slot, doesn't it? It just makes sense. Which way should I go? Not really anything else to check out apart from the missive, and we can check that out when we actually properly come back. Oh yeah, the hunt board! The question is, I don't know where the guy is! I have no inkling. Well, you said actually the wooden passes of the Empire. Well, it's on the way to where we're at. The woodland passes, though. Ruin reawakened. I'm guessing that means ruin as in ruinous rather than an actual ruin. As a hint for the place. Sandbreck's where our next thing is anyway. I mean, it could maybe be in the Dragon's Eyrie. It's a small possibility. I'm pretty sure it's woodlandish. It randomly has a name that hints to dragons. I might be completely wrong, but we'll try here first. But we might be looking for some time, so it's probably good for me to drop down a manual save. Should I fight that thing to get my limit break up? Do I go down or up? That's just small arena-esque. Map-wise.
Careful.
I guess it makes sense to check there first rather than not. Wait, have I been through here before? There's some dragon nets here. But a significant lack of big dragons. Kestrel's beak braid was obtained, though. I mean, this looks like an arena. Dragon, land on me. Don't scare me. Okay. This is a lie, then. Well. I tried. I guess we'll leave. It's not like I can see a big old dragon anywhere. We did find dragons. Just trying to think where else. I mean, that's arena. The croc. I'd imagine it's woodland-esque. There's a fool in here. Oh yeah, what's about our new ability? How's that work? Oh, that's a lot of damage, but only if it stays near, so a staggered foe would be probably best to use it on. How long does this stay down for? Just hitting it builds my limit bar, by the way. Doesn't even have to be dealing damage to an enemy. I hope it's big. Otherwise I could just be running... Oh, there's a whole area I haven't been to down here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be it. It seems to be open now as well. Yeah, that could totally be it. You had to explore some new areas to get some hunt marks, like the fields of Karava.
All right.
Well, there's a place, like in an arena-ish place. Wow, dragon on the shore? Or is that poison? Why is it purple? Well, I'd be willing to bet it's definitely here. Yes, I am saving again, because then, of course, we don't have to run back all the way. Time to die! We got Jill now. That'll help. Hello? Oh. The other dragon, Svarog, got me really badly near the end of the fight, so I imagine this dragon was just gonna rip me a new one. Oh, of course it's level 50.
This beast isn't to be trifled with.
Okay. I'm too far away. Yeah, well, okay. That's a lot of health, buddy. I even knew it was coming and I still messed up. Man, you're not gonna get near me. It's the attack that's coming afterwards that I'm worried about.
Help me, boy.
Well, that was me thinking I was going to just get free dodge on that, but obviously not.
To me, boy.
And I missed my attack as well. Come and hoping my satellites do the damage here. Well, we know I'm not going to beat it on the first go, that's for certain. Oh, I should have gone the other way! What am I doing with myself? What am I doing? I can't even get the slight pause that I normally would have as well.
To me, boy.
I have limit break to regain health as well. Why didn't I just block that? It'd be so much easier to block that. Red Dawn again. Oh, he didn't hit me? That's not supposed to happen. So now I should put down this. Can I use this on it? Oh my goodness! I didn't even use limit break. Yeah, okay, I did. That was a terrible stagger, by the way, but I still did a fair bit of damage thanks to the other stuff. Oh shoot, this is the thing where you've just completely destroyed me. I'm out of range. What? Okay, one, I didn't expect it to blow up that fast. It blew up faster than the normal red one. Two, it did faster 754, so I've got to have a health nearly full. Nearly full. Means I've got a threshold that I always have to keep my health above. What's my current health? $30,000 piddly gil for this, by the way.
Found her. This beast isn't to be trifled with.
This time I'm in range. Stop it. Oh, man. I even used it and everything. Kinda had to trust in that one because he was right above me. I was thinking getting in close was probably the straight up count for the ability, but that turned out not to be true, didn't it? Iron with more stuff. Oh, I'm missing my stuff because I'm an idiot. Trying to use like this to get as much break damage as I can. Went too early. More satellites. No, I need them. I need them back. To be honest, Will of the Wisps would be really good for just being able to protect me from damage. Well, I didn't know it did a crossbeam. Well, that actually does blow up as fast.
Come on.
Yeah, that was my bad. Embroil, that's new. Ah, I thought it might be that.
Too slow.
Come on, mister.
Already.
Thought it might be a wave that came out after the fact.
Help me, boy.
How are you not shattered yet? I didn't even use my limit break again, which would be an even better thing to do. Oh my god, he ended up totally sitting upwards. Only 38k as well? Or did I read that wrong? Okay, the real issue is how fast things start happening with the other stuff. And again, I'm out of range. So there's zero point in me doing that. Okay, we're going with the Legion, are we? While using Red Dawn. On a long line like that instead this time, eh? Hello! That's not what I wanted to do at all! It's coming straight for me. My goodness. Just smashed me. Get out of there! Get out of there!
Nice try.
Well, that's half his HP and I forgot to use limit break again.
Fine how. Thanks, boy. Help me, boy.
Here we go with the Embroil again. Are you coming? Too far away to reach. I had to get out the fireballs. It's fine. Gorgil's helping. Oh, I didn't have it. Oh, he missed. He missed. I was lucky. No! So there, I was trying to... Ah, I'm forgetting everything! Limits, where's my limit break? I'm just gonna go at him now. I just wanted to restore some HP. Oh, I know that sounded that. I should have killed him on that one. Okay, we're doing Blazing Legion. We're doing Embroil during Blazing Legion. So if I can get clear this way, that will help quite a lot. Another Red Dawn.
Nice try.
We'll just stay max range. It's good. Okay, I'm too far away for that one. Okay, this worked out. We ranged it. He's a tired boy. Quick, kill him. No! He's very tired. Only got one more potion. Red Dawn's coming through. That means laser's next. No, it's not. My god, he's so close to death. It's stupid. I haven't got thingy now. That's no good. So go sideways. Let's focus on dodging. Mechanics first, right? Mechanics first. What the hell? I just blocked that. Luckily, I was dodging away that way. Yeah, don't worry. Two tries. Not bad. One exploratory up. And then a victory. Hey! I just thought maybe we just deal damage now. Deal the dragon damage. He wants to do a last dance. He wants to do dragon dances. I'll just do the dance on his grave. That works. One level up. Only one. That's the way it works. Cheers for the cheer. Scratching a bit badge. Second time was the charm. That's quite nice. The first time I was just like, oh, 17k damage. Well, now I know the threshold I have to stay above, and then smooth sailing. Except I used all my potions, of course, but you know. Orichalcum, we got a second one of those, a Fallen Enigma. In the several thousand years since the Fallen came crashing down, most of the objects that came crashing down with them have either been hoarded or destroyed. Those few that have not are occasionally found when erosion or excavation chances to unearth them, and while their purpose is unknown, they are highly sought after by scholars bent on unlocking their secrets. Also got an amber. Did we have that before? A bright orange gem. Its edges worn smooth by countless years of pounding in the surf. Lapidaries will pay a hefty sum for large specimens free of impurities, but it is the impure examples, namely those in which insects, lizards, and fairies are entombed, that command the highest prices, mostly among scholars and the occasional mad alchemist. My mum had an amber obsession. She really liked amber stuff.
Definitely not to be trifled with.
I mean, 2 tangos and Dragon's dead. It's fine. It's just apart from the fun of the fight and working it out, there isn't a big end reward. There's a lot to be said for MMO design in action combat games. These fights rock. Maybe not so much the MMO quests, but it's an RPG. You expect RPG quests. I don't remember like Skyrim being riveting in terms of its quests, to be honest with you. But now I'm being maybe a little bit snarky. I don't know. Okay, we got.